Hi folks, and welcome back to Old School Studios. We're gonna call this the Brunswick house. We had a lady move out. I had to tear out the kitchen. I don't know why. It's been through two tenants. It was white and nice. It was a little bit small as far as kitchen cabinets are concerned, but very functional. It was ripped out. I put in new water lines. I did that a couple weeks ago. So I'm laying out the new kitchen, and it's going to be a different configuration. There was no cabinets over here before. The oven was all the way to the left. So what we're going to do is move the oven right into this area, right alongside the cabinet. So I got 25 inches right here. And there was a 220 line. I moved that. I'm just going to leave it down in the basement. We don't need that. I had to move the gas line back. So, down the basement, I forgot to record this. I just did it. So, what I did was, I put a couple elbows. It used to come straight up, so I put a little nipple, an elbow, a little nipple, an elbow, and up. And this will, I gotta put the strap back on. But, yeah, so that's where we're at with the gas line. The 220 line, which is right here, I'm gonna put the end back on it, and I'm just gonna tuck it right in this chute and leave the breaker off. This is an old gravity furnace, and I just lit the pilot light, and man, did I get dirty. Look how dirty this thing is. All this black soot right here, this is all soot. There's the plate, just black. I reached my hand in there, and the pilot light's so big, it went woof. And I jerked out of there, and I had black all over my arms, and so over here at the breaker box, I'm just going to leave the breaker off for the stove. And I might even pull the breaker out of there so nobody could turn it back on. But I'll put this end back on here. I'll put all this back together. And alright, so I'm going to grab my hammer. I'm going to put this gas line back up where it needs to be on this strap, and start laying out the cabinets. So I'll give you a brief synopsis of what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the oven where it needs to be, and then I'm going to start a 30-inch sink base from where I could open the cabinet door nice and neatly. So it'll be a 30-inch cabinet, sink base, a 24-inch stack of drawers, I believe he bought. And over here will be two 18-inch lowers, a 36-inch upper. In this corner it'll be a 26 or 24 with a 2-inch spacer, an empty space. And a 24-inch upper. So it'll be more cabinet space, a different configuration. We'll put a new floor in here. This is where a little peninsula came out. I have to build this up. I brought a piece of luan, and I brought a piece of linoleum to bring my level up so the new floor could float right over. This here was a register, and it was about this tall. And I cut it down, I bent some flanges over. It's pretty scuzzy down in there, but I mean, I'm not a duct cleaner. I may run a vacuum down in the hole. Alright, so let me start laying this out, and I will be back at you in a flash. Not focusing. Come on now, you could do it. Oh, this camera's getting worse and worse. Alright, so what I did was I poked next to this outlet. There's no stud here. I poked next to the outlet. I hit the stud So what I did was transferred that mark up, measured 16 inches off of that. There should be a stud here, I'm going to check it. So then what I did was measure from the edge over 36 inches. Here's my mark, it's less than 16. 16 would be out here. So there's going to be screws in the cabinet there. And I'm going to check and see if there's studs here. I'm positive there's a stud here. So let me go ahead and check that, and then we'll go dig out the 36-inch upper cabinet, and I'll be right back at you. Alright, so I transferred my mark, and I am hitting a stud, and I'm hitting a stud. So it's these two studs are going to be holding up. Maybe I'll even get one into this corner. I'm going to dig out the 36-inch upper cabinet. Right here, I'm going to take off the doors so it's lighter to hold up. I'm going to make all my marks and put my screws in the back of the cabinet so I can hold it up and hit it all in one shot. So I'll show you after I have it set up and transferred all my marks. And we'll do that. Alright, the cabinet is laid out here with the doors off of it. I have 6 3/8 from the wall and 22 1/2 from the wall. So what I do is hook onto here on the outside 6 3/8, 22 1/2. Okay, that's hooked on the outside. Now I take a measurement from the inside of here to here, the inside of here to here, and I transfer it to the inside and the inside in 4 different places. There, 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 and there. Okay, so now I like to use these little buttons, and this puts your screw in the correct position. Let me show you. So with this on there, it's a cabinet washer, and it makes your Phillips screw sit flush. Alright, I'm going to pre-set these in place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to hold it up over there, tight against the soffit, tight against that wall. Hopefully it's square. I have my level right here. And I'm going to screw this thing up. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my tripod and I need 2 hands. So I will be back in a flash. Before I hang it up, I want to show you, I have them all preset, screwed into the wood. So with one hand holding it up, I can hold the level with the other hand, make sure it's level, hold her steady, and then zip this baby in. Alright, next time you see me, this cabinet will be hung. And just like that, it's up. Alright, on to the next cabinet. Alright, so I push the oven where I roughly want it. These are where I roughly want it, but I could put spacers and move it. I might want to move everything over this way. So what I'm going to do is make my marks and drill the holes for my plumbing to come into this so I can push this back into place. And then I could set my oven for sure where I want it. And then that's going to determine, I don't know what that's going to determine, that's just what I'm doing. Alright, so I roughly cut in where I want my pipes. I'll put excussion rings around those plates that cover up the hole. I guess that's what I wanted. I guess I can move the oven over a little bit, and I could have an overhang on my countertop which will make up for this difference, because I believe there'll be a 1-inch overhang here, and I want to get that as tight as I could. So these I could move out of the way and hang my upper and my upper this pipe right here that was coming out is destroyed, so I am going to I cleaned that hole out and vacuumed it out. I think that fitting is still good, but this is no good on both ends. It's been toasted somehow. So I'm gonna chase down one of these nipples, and I'm gonna put it right here so I have to walk over it or I will forget. Some excussion rings. And be a cute little kitchen. Oh yeah. So before I forget to do this, I am going to put this 220 line back into this shroud. That's the plug itself, 220 plug. And I'm gonna maybe just mount it here. And I'm gonna keep the breaker off, like I said, but I don't want these open wires in case someone turns the breaker on like a dumbass and gets zapped, or just live 220 wires. So I am going to put this back on and I'll show you when it's done. Wow, this camera is just getting worse. I don't even know what to say. Alright. There we are. I'll put the cover on. Oh my god, it's so sticky. Oh, I'm all sticky. I don't like this. Alright, so we're all strapped up. Strapped. Cover plate on. These were all asbestos wrap ducts, and we paid $100 per duct to have a company come out, an asbestos abatement company, and re-wrapped these. And then we made the second floor a room, so I put this duct in here. And I come up, it comes above, a couple joggy elbows. And I had found a chase that went, it was a gravity chase that went all the way up through, like the balloon framing, to the second floor. And I used it, and this is hot, it's warm up there. It's a gravity furnace, it's 165 years old. And it works, but that was the reason we didn't change the furnace, because of the duct work. But what I was thinking is I could put a new furnace in here, and I could hold this plenum, this weird shaped plenum, up to the rafters with straps, and pull this old furnace out of here and build myself an adapter plate to the new, it won't have an air conditioner, it'll just be a furnace plenum attached to this plenum, probably smaller going into this bigger unit, all capped off. I screw it and I tape it. I like this tape. Actually, this has been on here probably 6 years and it's still very good, way better than duct tape. I put this hot water tank in. This was like our second house. I've improved some of my skills on interior plumbing like this in the last 6-7 years. I was a deck guy. I did lots and lots of decks, and I did lots of painting and drywall. But as far as doing complete home makeovers, I've done 48 of them with this guy I'm working with. So this was our second property. All right, I'm going to get back up on that kitchen. Alright folks, this is as far as I'm going for today. I need to bring some things tomorrow. I made a plate for the back, so this, I was taking the drawer out of there, so that's secured. These two are together and bolted to the wall. This one's up. This one's in place, that's in place. I'm going to bring a sheet of plywood to make a false panel here for tomorrow. I'm going to figure out that register before I put this in, the new drain pipe. I have to pick up a register. I had a list here somewhere, and I don't know where that went. But yeah, look out for part 2 of this, and thank you for watching Old School Studios. Please hit like and subscribe. See you tomorrow, folks.